imagine you've decided to spend the rest of your life on the island. And on that island, you have only 3 bottles, and you can send 3 major messages, like legacy to humanity. And they can only learn those 3 truths. What would be your advices to people, not only in relation to professional careers, but in life in general, seeing your great involvement in work with people and your voluntary work all over the world? What would be?
First of all, it's a phenomenal question. I've seen many iterations of it, but it's very concisely put.
If I may, I have to say, I have to share, I was inspired by a great professional from the School of Greatness, and they have a great podcast and always ask this question. I say, as you said, it's so great question, because made us think what really matters in life. And by sharing those truths with others, really we inspire others to think about those important things in our life.
Sure, absolutely. And on that note, I have a very clear answer for this. So the first bottle I would look at, I feel very much that there is a lack of emotional education or self-care education in Western society on the whole. We haven't been putting mental health first and foremost. It's not seen as a thing that really should be, to a large extent. And so on the first bottle, what I probably put, one of my favorite techniques, whatever problem it is that you're dealing with currently, ask yourself the following. Will this problem be an issue in 1 day? Will this problem be an issue in 7 days? Will it be an issue in a month? Will it be an issue in 6 months? Will it be an issue in a year or 2 years or 5 years? And then at the bottom of the parchment, I'd write memento mori, which is remember death, which sounds very, very grim. But I suppose a personal philosophical fundamental for me, and something that gives me so much reassurance. I think a large gift to life is the fact that we die at some point. And that's how I choose to view it, because it puts everything into perspective and purpose. That the problems, there's no such thing as a stressful environment. There's only a person who reacts stressfully to how they perceive their environment. And understanding how small your problems actually are in context of other things, or even the fact that you're prioritizing your problems when you should be prioritizing gratitude. I think that exercise of looking at whether a problem will be an issue in a week or a month or a year really puts things into perspective, because we stress over things that aren't really relevant. So that'll be the first one. The second thing that I suppose is a legacy to humanity, inverted commas, as you put it, Kristof, would be I would write on the parchment about if you're reading this parchment, give yourself the gift of doing one kind act to another person, and then hand them this parchment, and then see how far that goes. So I think that'd be a really amazing, I suppose in some sense an experiment, but it'd be a lovely attempt at trying to add a little bit more kindness, because it's so easy to do, and we get so lost in terms of either problems or ambition or different things like this nonsense sometimes. So that'd be the second one. And the third one is probably one of my favorite all-time quotes. So I have a goal at some stage in my life, when I get my first house, when people come in the front door, I have an idea in my mind that there's going to be a wall directly in front of the front door. What I'm going to paint in block capitals in cursive is "You are God's masterpiece." I always find that to be an amazing quote that has it's an instant state shift, because of the implications within it. You are God's masterpiece. There's a lot of implications within that. And so I'd write that in block capitals, and I'd fire it out into the ocean, and hope that somebody picks it up, and it shifts their mentality or shifts their idea of life to some degree. I think that'd be really lovely.
Wow, so much greatness coming from it. You said something great about emotional education. I would focus on one aspect of what you said there, perception. As you said, how you see reality. And at the moment, I'm working on a book with one American student, and one chapter relates to awareness, and perception is one of the key major focus in this chapter for us. Because as you said, how you can perceive the reality is very important. Instead of reacting, you can respond to the situation. And your life change just by changing your perception. Being self-aware and then you can use this to change your reality.
Sure.
And also when you said about a small act of kindness, brilliant. And when I was researching about planning, I came across a very interesting guy who recommended in his weekly plans that he said he always puts and allocates his actions for the week, one action for the family, one action for himself, one action for humanity. And it can be a small thing, as you said. So on regular basis, he created this habit and to express or act in this manner to support humanity and sometimes even family. He said he gives a call to someone. He buys a flower to his wife. Small act of kindness and how of love or expression of love, how it's on regular basis. Because the strongest thing is to build things step by step. And if you're in a relationship with people and you persistently care about them, you put those pieces together, it makes it stronger. Someone's so strong that you cannot break it. And it's amazing approach.
We are what we repeatedly do. Therefore, excellence is a habit, not an action. It's one of my favorite.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And how persistence is stronger than a genius. How being persistent and focused is one of the key major strengths any professional can have. And as you said, you're God's masterpiece. Absolutely. People, one thing that they miss is that the real human perfection is actually the connection of things that we have inside. And Robert Greene also emphasized that we have different sides of ourselves, the dark side, the bright side, yin and yang, and we need to be aware of them. And we need to understand them, accept them, and do with them what we really want. And that's how we can progress. And being aware of this, that we have those two opposite forces, is very, very important. I'll just quickly summarize about mine and 3 key things, and that very much relates, just maybe emphasis is a little bit different. Life purpose. Everybody should know life purpose. If we are aimless in life, we're drifting. So I would very much emphasize that. Then connecting with others, communication, because we live in society and we are so much connected to other people, and connecting to other people is a very vital skill, whether we talk about family, professional life. And this, if you have life purpose, you can connect with others to share your purpose. And then the third one, I would say, act on it, because you need to express yourself within it. Will make sure that if you focus on your life purpose, you can communicate it and act on it, you can achieve almost anything. Perfect. Brian, our bottles will reach the shore. Now, this part of this great interview is like floating bottles, and let's put it into the network. Let's make sure people will find us on LinkedIn, open those battles and share those messages. And that's how we can help others and understand and be much more fulfilled as professional and also as a person.
Absolutely, 100%. Thank you so much for getting me on, Kristof.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to talk to you. And I hope in the future we can talk more about specifically communication, because this is one of the subjects I love, and also we share the passion to it.
Absolutely.
It would be great to approach that and share with others also knowledge and skills in relation to that.
100%.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kristof.
Feel free to join our LinkedIn group. Hopefully I will see you soon. Thank you.